divine ruler has seen fit to place the reins of this nation in our hands, we must move to end the trust of the people and of God. The Supreme Council for Advanced Redemption notes, by the way, that the word military is missing in that title for the first time in the history of coup d'etat in this nation.
Power to the people.
Long live the people.
I said power to the people.
We already have that from Chairman of Roads.
I want that.
The Vice Chancellor. All protocols duly observed. The play you're about to watch is a 300-level workshop production titled King Babu, written by Wole Soyinka, directed by Lionel Echa and Patience Go Up, coordinated by Prof Embu and Ephraim Dankiers. Sit back, relax, don't pick up that call, and enjoy yourselves.
Civilian members must see how even our top military officials are infected by the democratic virus. We will be our witnesses to the outside world. Exactly what I'm thinking since. Thank you. I welcome all our civilian members, all worthy representatives of civil society, comrade representative of the recognized and organized union of all trades, popularly known as ROUT. We shall profit from your ideological wisdom. President of Job, President of Job, the divine order of prelate to Kumenika, Your Eminence, your presence here assures us of divine guidance. Your Royal Highness, the chairman of the traditional royal estate, nominal and traditional, rent, bring with you the blessings of our glorious ancestors. The combined presence here reinforces our resolve that ours will be the very final military coup d'etat in this nation. Democracy is the language of the world. We have chosen to speak it. You may stammer a little at the beginning, but with the help of God, the guidance of our civilian members, we shall become fluent in this new language. Our mission is nothing less than a revolution.
Long live the revolution!
I'll be simple soldier man and only take orders, but long live the revolution!
Long live the Gatuna army, vanguard of the revolution!
Thank you, Comrade Prof. Now to business. First item on our revolutionary agenda is eradicating corruption. Now, if we must clean up corruption, we must begin from within our own ranks. We must take the lead. I propose, therefore, that all officers assigned to both political and administrative duties must begin with a declaration of their personal assets. You understand what I mean? Bank account, local and foreign, business interests, stocks, shares, properties, and so on. Any comment, gentlemen? Gentlemen. Most appropriately, the Minister for Public Enlightenment will offer us a speech.
With all due respect, Commander-in-Chief, I think that gesture was well made, but it may easily be misunderstood.
Misunderstood? By who?
It may be seen as a deliberate ploy for witch hunting. An atmosphere of witch hunting is not good for democracy.
Yes, Captain Shoki.
I propose we begin with the public sector.
Of course.
The banks especially. Yes. The banks are rotten. They are vaults of corruption, currency manipulation, economic sabotage. They mess around with our foreign reserves.
Yes. I admit that's one way of looking at it. Perhaps we should listen to the civilian's point of view. What say our real fathers and the clergy? Your Eminence?
Salaam alaikum. No, Allah belongs to wisdom. My recollection in this matter, going by one of the scriptures which provides us spiritual guidance. The advice will be, render to Caesar what is Caesar's, And to God, what is God? Yes, so that will be the position of divine order of relay secumenica in this matter. Shalom. Shalom. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now to our real father.
Well, yes, sir, indeed. Our forefathers have a saying which I think was to the heart of the matter. If we don't eat yam on account of oil, we must eat oil on account of yam. Yes, that would be the advice of traditional wisdom in the matter.
Indeed, our real fathers remain forever the fountain of wisdom. Now for the position of our trade union.
Revolution begins from the grassroots, never from the top.
Exactly. Never from the top. We need grass because we must grow from the roots. From the grass. No, from the grassroots.
Well, we appear to have reached consensus very quickly. You see, I'm a great believer in consensus. So now let's move on to the next item on the agenda. Culture is first. General Basha, please report on your ministry.
Yes. My ministry is dedicated to making the country return to be feeding itself, instead of we spending scarce foreign exchange on importing common food stuff. The whole country will be mobilized to grow eatable food which people must eat. My ministry therefore inaugurated Operation Fill the Stomach.
I guarantee the full organization and mobilization of all trade unions behind the effort.
We shall preach it from the minarets and preach it from the church peoples. And a cyclical of unity of purpose. We go out to for churches, mosques, shrines, and even cultic enclaves for a national day of prayer to back the effort of the government in providing for the people. Hey, stomach is more receptive to the message of the soul any day.
Ovis, emirs, and all the titles, chiefs, nominal and traditional, will lead the way by turning Habsia farless ground into farmland for the cultivation of food. Hell is a stomach. Wallahi, the people will honor their ancestors.
This is a moment to have lived for. A spirit of competitive collaboration between the military and the civil society.
Permission to speak, see.
Commander Biu has the floor.
The rapid disposal call may be able to make a small contribution here. I'm thinking, sir. We offer the ministry our dissident disposal dome, which are surely be fertilized on the rocky corpses of thousands of political traitors and citizens.
Offer accepted. And thank you for mentioning fertilizer. We come to that in a moment. But first, all useless flower beds and lawns decorating barracks will be bulldozed tomorrow. You plant yam and vegetables and so on and so forth.
Hold on now. Take it easy, Basha.
And the polo grounds, we will plow and fertilize polo ground. Hush it already full polo ground, so it will be ready for planting.
Reining yourself a little, Basha. Hold your horses in an appropriate manner of speaking.
And the golf course allocated to farmland. You see, problem is golf course not having fertilizer. So we need tons and tons of fertilizer. For the first stage of Operation Fill the Stomach, my ministry budget $50 million foreign exchange.
Right on, Governor General. Right on.
And not forget, it is in golf course conspirators plan coup. I think I have some experience in the matter, not so.
Well, if Basha Bash himself says so.
Definitely, General Basha says so. It is in golf course, conspirators decide which officers get his head stuffed in toilet bowl and which one receive grenade shot off his ass with being removed.
Civilians are present, Basha. Civilians are present.
Sorry, see. Just a matter of speaking, so to speak.
Games like polo and golf have bourgeois affectations. Decadent occupation of the leisure classes. The new democratic order, which must be egalitarian, can do without such reactionary pastimes.
Exactly. I'm a simple man myself. I rise through the ranks. Never play polo or golf. Just carry bags for senior officer. It's a revolutionary idea, eh?
Well said, General.
But Basha, I mean, the next thing you want us to plant cassava on parade ground.
Yes. Parade ground is also allocated to farmland. I already think of that thing, see. You see, we use paved motor roads and highways as parade grounds, while our boots can make much noise and not raising so much dust. Make people happy when I see vegetables in parade ground. But problem is, Motor roads don't have a fertilizer. So we need plenty fertilizer to turn it to juicy farmland. Already for the first stage of operation, fill the stomach. My ministry budget $750 million foreign exchange.
It's a rout. It's a revolution.
But you see, the hologram, you see, now that we are democratizing, you may have a visitor from the royal family. The Prince of Wales likes to play polo.
Your pension matters, CC. You are leaving Army for Democracy, not so? You not thinking you will survive on chicken feed army pension? It's 50-50. You fertilize account, give me account to Swiss number.
Well, actually, our bank is Saudi.
Done.
Well, considering, indeed, we must take the long-term view. Yes, Captain Shoki.
With all due respect to General Basha, whom we all know to be a straightforward general with unquestioned integrity, the mess that he has inherited from his predecessor may make proper accounting for such a huge sum impossible. Millions, I repeat, millions may again disappear into the bottomless hole without a trace.
Democracy is about to be midwifed by the military. It's an awesome, historical, and monumental undertaking. Guatu have the largest standing army in all of the continent to convert hundreds of thousands of men and women and weapons trained solely for the solo act of killing to the peaceful act of agriculture. You think that comes cheaply? Guatu is set to set an example to all the continent in this new role as a backbone of Operation Fill the Stomach.
Babu, yeah, all the meat is gone.
The military desperately needs an audit.
But an audit never hurt any organization.
Why not everybody talking audit?
Why not?
Anybody votes to audit General Uzi when he occupied position as Chief of Army Staff?
What a moron. General Basha, you are taking over. So it is really General Uzi's tenure in office that we're auditing. Can't you get that into your head?
But Uzi now dead.
Then call it a posthumous audit.
Posthumous, that means...
Oh, never mind. What we're trying to tell you is that it is not personal. Quite a different matter from declaration of personal assets.
As representative of the recognized and organized labor union, I support the necessity of an audit as the minimal condition of our continued cooperation.
We risk further loss of our dwindling congregation if it became known that we failed to support this level of accountability. Give us something to take home. That is all we are asking. If we must go out and persuade the people about the Operation Feed the Stomach, we need to convince them that even the military are tightening up their belts. Our very crowns are at risk. The military has made life difficult for traditional rulers. If we do not go back with something tangible, the people are angry. Very angry. Then we have put our civilian heads together. It seems to us the audit poses no danger to anyone, except General Husi.
And he's dead.
And he's dead. May God forgive me. This is our chance to regain some reputation, our people. Our silences may be bent over our heads if the people realize that we fail to support even this level of accountability.
The military is split, while our civilian members are united. The majority seems to be...
One moment, CC. Seems urgent note come distract my attention.
Gentlemen, looks as if we must adjourn this meeting for now.
What?
The security situation has taken a turn for the worse. The heat-up meeting seems to be brewing. Some misguided elements are planning to take over Babu barracks in favor of the ousted dictator, General Rajinda.
I warn you, CC. Much better we have taken care of that Rajina a long time. Tie him to Abolo barracks and use him for target practice.
That is what comes of delaying a simple budgetary allocation. The soldiers' discontent is being manipulated by real leaders.
We have no report of this when I left the office.
I bet it's all rumors.
We must dispense with rumors. At the stores of the rumors, I only await the shop.
We see this as an attempt to delay the transition program. The Almighty Allah, the God Almighty, Orishala, Ogbonire, Shango, acts of thunder, all their messengers and their deities, all the angels and Natapa, shall think of mutiny and against constituted authority. I excommunicate them in advance and I place all rebels under fatwa. From this moment on.
In the name of the recognized and organized labor union, I formally denounce this attempt to derail the military transition program to democracy. Long live the revolution!
It is mass and tradition to rebel against constituted authority.
And who said there's a rebellion? And from where does this intelligence report emanate from?
I bet this proves to be part of the ongoing campaign of disinformation.
The CNC has already made speech of declaration and adjournment. So we reconvene after lunch. Lunch shall be served in senior officers' mess. Your Highness, come back. It seems our dear wife wants to have you as personal guest in Chief of Army Staff House. She think military food not good for your royal tummies. Just follow my order. What's meaning of this?
Listen, Basha, we're ready.
Ready for what?
There isn't much time. You have to ask why everyone is eating lunch, and that is now. Because I will send you that intelligence report.
What intelligence report?
You see, all negotiations were concluded during the course of our intimate lunch. To the civilian trio, they are eating this food out of your hand.
Eh? You mean I take over power? Depose Potipu, you mean?
There you are. The nation needs to redeem her. He's put a better man than you. Just because you went to Sandhurst and West Point while you came up through the ranks. But that's where you have the advantage. The people know you. It's not so long since you were their sergeant major. Your what is called a soldier's soldier.
Me, CNC.
But let's have a seat.
General Basha, we've been informed that we completely misunderstood your position over the army audit. Of course, we should have seen that you were merely carrying out orders.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
You see, what we have been saying is give us something to take to our people. At least so that they will know that we are members of the Supreme Council of Advanced Redemption. You see, we need to go out and tell them, look, the army is ready to work hand in hand with you people. And you know, by the time we tell them like that, anything you want them to do, they will do.
Thank you. Go and spread the word among the workers, farmers,
Madam.
and peasants. We need everybody to demonstrate in favor of army audit. Otherwise, Potipo will be ruled Basha and all progressives of the council.
You have set a dynamic wife, General Basha. Her heart is with the suffering masses. The nation is most grateful.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Thank you. This way, please, Jashe. Thank you.
Comrade citizens, your attention, please. We, the 3 civilian members of the Council for Advanced Redemption, have agreed on this necessity for the transition of this nation towards democracy. We shall not budge. We have already withdrawn the conditional support we offer to the program Operation Fill the Stomach until we see an open and thorough audit of the army. I now give the floor to our Lord's Emperor.
any holes in it. This is why we support the principle of holes.
And now, for the position of our Lord Spiritual.
From the day we are born, the book of life is spoken for each of us. No heart, however, trivia goes on recorded. On the final day of judgment, that book will be opened to you, and each person, more, and shine. That is not of this or like your head. So it is written you, and as it is in heaven. So shall it be here on earth you on the final day. When that trumpet shall sound, only one refrain shall be heard. Dear brethren and sister, let's go. What is being raised now? So herald the divine exaltation of this refrain. It is heard it or shot it you.
By now, far and wide, spread the good word, correct citizens. Spread the good word.
I know this man needs his theater, but I thought we were supposed to be in the midst of an emergency. It's been 5 hours since we broke up for break.
I told you there was nothing to eat.
So what is still keeping General Basha?
Oh, milking the cow of opportunity, I guess.
General Basha sends his apologies for being a little late. He is still holding consultations with General Potipo.
Consultations over mere rumors? What?
Appetite! We must defend rumors. We are only awaiting orders.
Here's a chance to make a new start.
Gentlemen, officers and gentlemen, the army escaped in a very narrow escape.
For what?
From treachery and butchery, from stratagems and mayhem, from catastrophe and apostrophe. We would have met butchery on the best, or butchery would have met us on the road. We are all for the high jump, from Potipu downwards. But fortunately, we have been able to spirit away the general to safety, for his own safety. In the meantime, he placed us in charge of all troops and troop movement to put down the insurrection.
Do you mean we now take orders from you?
Of course, as Chief of Army Staff, General Basha will take charge till the situation is clarified. What Shoki simply means is that we should let the army know about it. I mean, Chief of Divisions and military governors too, I suppose.
Everybody! So let us waste no more time. We use the recording studio of State House, through that door. And you see, already and technicians waiting. You also find speed. Your first duty comes to broadcast to the nation.
Broadcast to the nation? I thought this was a simple agitation confined to one barracks unit.
The nation needing message of reassuring. News of an attempted mutiny is not good for our program of transition to democracy. And you see, what do you see fine speech? Take him reading me few sentences, full of democracy, and how we are chasing corruption right and left, back and front, down and up. And you see, but first, we must discipline those mutineers.
Mutineers? Are they mutineers, Basha?
They're always mutineers. They're always mutineers. Those who disagree with authorities are mutineers. And there is one way for mutineers to be punished. Go ahead, Brigadier, you like the speech. It gets General Potipu's signature at the bottom. So nobody say it is General Basha promoting his friend and adding another crown on his shoulder to become 5-star general. And you see, we have promised there will be no more coup d'etat in this nation. There is no coup, just a change of command.
A change of command?
Yes. So to avoid a misunderstanding, my humble self, now head of state and chief of commanding, is that how to say? Yes. And Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. You see? And also taking care of the Ministry of Petroleum. As Commander-in-Chief, which I now make you. No. As Chief Commanding Officer, which I now make you. You have the responsibility to broadcast to the nation. Tell them everything is all right. General Potipu has peacefully resigned. And he is being assisted to his village, where he intends to raise goats and sheep. You see? No bloodshed. But that's Ibu! Yes, sir. Why you always far? You know my chief security officer?
Yes, sir.
You learned Pokey security to record his studio. You see? I learned you were a security officer.
General Pasha, sir!
Yes, what problem?
The head of state, sorry, sir, the former head of state has vanished.
Ah! What do you mean vanished? I confined him to private office, not so. Who I placed in charge of commanding? Not you yourself?
I never left my position, sir. General Potipo asked permission to use the toilet to make poo-poo. Some time later, I had the toilet flushed. 5 minutes later, still no General Potipo. I gave another 5 minutes. Then I knocked. No answer. My suspicion arose. Then I called out, General Potipo. No answer. Then I break down the door. No General Potipo. I searched the entire toilet room. There is no other door, and the window is simply too high from the ground.
You jump skull of a bonehead officer! You will face court martial for this. You search everywhere. You look inside toilet bowl. Find him! Crack him down!
Yes, sir!
What's that for shit squad? And take over drug unit. Follow the smell of his shit. And when you find him, you know what to do.
All right, sir!
You see, this is what we get, a fugitive in our hand. When we have agreed, common prisoner will do. Former head of state, now criminal wanted man. The army esprit de corps is gone. The army esprit de corps is gone. Meanwhile, show me. I was thinking of what you said during council meeting. Something about economic banking or something.
Yes, the banking system needs to be overhauled.
Good. I'll make your first duty. Contact all bank CEOs, presidents, HOD, deans, and everything. Get them to the house. For pep talk. Follow him. If he tries anything, contact rapid disposal unit. Go. How now, take him. That criminal surrender himself yet.
Potipo has taken to the mountains with nearly 1,000 loyalists.
Let him stay there, like bush rat. We stay in the valleys and plains. Central Bank is here. Treasury is here, etc., etc.
Potipo has finished his broadcast to the nation.
Good. But meanwhile, what this idea you are telling me, selling our country to the world?
You like this, Basha? It is good. It is sure to go down beautifully with OAU. Tell him, tutor.
Sir, we have come up with Reinvent the Continent.
Reinvent the continent. Reinvent the continent. I like it! You think that's something else?
The deputy minister and I, myself, have been done the honor of being coopted into the family think tank.
I sized him up. When I saw him tutoring my precocious nephew, I said to myself, this young man will go far.
Good! Then I promote him Minister of Public Enlightenment straight away.
Public enlightenment.
Tell them what we are trying to do. Reinvent the continent.
And we begin by reinventing government. Everybody is saying no more military rule. Good. We don't rule by the army, but no one can raise a voice against monarchies because they still have kings and even queens, even in European countries.
I get where your mind is going, Tiki. We turn Guatu into a kingdom, ruled by kings. Nobody complain anymore.
Yes, and hand over to government, royal of nominal traditional.
Take him that foolish idea, you know.
Not if your humble self now becomes president of rent. You still think that's a crazy idea?
Take him. Yes. Yes, you finished broadcast.
It's done, sir. It's gone over national network, radio, television.
Your Excellency, I think it's now time for you to show yourself to the people.
Where that take place? I can do it on television also.
A personal appearance will be more befitting. A man from the grassroots. Remember, Your Excellency, the television has a way of placing a distance between a leader and his people. I just watched your broadcasting game. Take it. He did justice to
your text. History recorded their honor as the true architect of the Basha dynasty. Next item, Basha. You have to change your dress.
Yes, I know all about change of dress to become civilian. But why yourself dressed like price cow on agricultural trade?
You are simply uncouth and ungrateful.
This is serious matter of change of government, not dress ball or something.
The people must know their first lady.
What is this new thing about first lady agenda?
The first lady makes her appearance same time as the first citizen of the world. The world expects the queen consort to be beside the king.
Tutor, remind me that saying they used to say, uneasy lies the crown that wears the toe.
I think Your Excellency is trying to say uneasy lies the head that wears the crown.
That one! That one.
The people are waiting to Redeemer, General.
Fafami Rascal.
Yes!
Down with Rajinda.
Yes! Down with Potipo.
Down.
Away with Basha.
Away.
Down with the army.
Yes.
Long live democracy.
Yes.
Fellow citizens, we present Basha, the man of the moment. Basha, the man of the masses. Basha, the champion of the oppressed. Today, the people of Batina stand on the threshold of
And the army on the threshold of power.
Yes. Oh. You are being in the military through the back door.
Yes. Get out.
Get
I have a PhD in popular psychology.
all right.
Friends, Watunes, my countrymen, I come to query Basha, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often tied with their bones and never apologize. What good?
The army is no good. Get out!
These people fly. You see me in military uniform? Look at me now. You ever see me like any other military officer? I'm a simple man, a common man. I rise from the grass. You ever see silver spoon sticking this mouth? No. All is 10 fingers for eating. You ever see me play polo or golf like any other officer? You ever see me in nightclub dancing for all traditional music? Never. I don't even know waltz or tango. But try me out on any of these dudu, shuku, makosa, or highlight. Then you know that Basha is truly the man from the grassroots.
Not bad. They aren't all bad, you know.
I know him. He is Basha Bash. Never seen a military dance in public.
He sounds like a new thing, but it's still the OG.
Yes.
Basha Bash is still Basha Bash.
Yes.
It's still better.
Yes.
Tell the Basha is dead.
What? I'm standing before you and tell the Basha is dead.
Figuratively speaking, please do as I say. Follow up your advantage. Tell the Basha is dead.
I know that doesn't make sense to me at all.
Say it, though. You better say it, or else I'll expose your Basha to the fact. Say it now. Say it now.
Basha is dead.
Speaking to you is the voice of a new democracy.
Speaking to you is the voice of new democracy.
I am merely regent of the new democratic order.
I am merely regent of the new democratic order.
Hey, maybe it's not Basha Basha. It's democracy in transitional role.
Yes. We are all imposters, so yes. All delay tactics. Yes.
We are sick of your musical chairs.
Yes.
Who the hell do you think?
Me?
Yes.
Who am I?
Yes.
I think you are beginning not to even know myself. Oh, yes. Look at me now. I am a simple humble man. Humble like grass. I come from the grass. I nothing. I own nothing. A former courtier from Ruku's village. I only know how to record, that's all. But I also get good army record. Come now, come, see for yourself. See, nothing. Babu, see. Babu, nothing to boast of. Babu,
just another trick of military ambition. He took the golf horse, the polo field, and gave it back to the people for Operation Fill the Stomach. Was this ambition? Ambition should be made of standard stuff. The royal nominal estates, traditional. All of them are here to back him up. Pasha is here to serve to the last drop of his blood.
Not to forget, he supported the audit of the military. I am proud to stand beside King Basha as the architect of a new nation.
Has he declared his personal asset?
Look, I told you earlier on. I don't have anything to declare. See, nothing. Babu Kudi. See now. There you come. See. Babu. See, Babu Kudi.
Church mouse.
What?
For us, a church mouse.
Yeah, you mean church mouse poor?
Yes, General, church mouse poor.
Church mouse poor.
Impoverished. Same thing or nothing, Babu.
Same thing or nothing, Babu.
Indigent. Ditto. God, try destitute.
What that means?
Or nothing, same thing, Babu.
Oh, Desi. Babu. I promise nothing.
Wait, somebody. You don't understand, though. You don't understand. You see, the new leader has nothing left because he has sold all he has and he has given the money to you, the people. You see, Operation Fill the Stomach is beginning to yield full harvest. There is food. There is food for everyone. You see, there is pito, there is palm wine, there is kai, there is even brukutu. That's not all. He has even declared a 3 days national holiday. The leader has sold all his assets. He has sold virtually all he has. This is it, though. This is all that he has in the world. And he has sworn not to take it to the next world. I tell you, this is a leader who is truly Babu, but who is bountiful of all living spirits. Here is it, though. This is all that he has.
We, King Babu the First, hereby declared first open the court for the common people of Batu. We are sitting here in the open courtyard of Palace and invite people with complaint or whatsoever to come before us and make open complaint. The motto of our government is open house. That's been to say openness, accountability, and probity. Seeing the king thrown here in the open, in manner of traditional rulers of other company of other country, that already account for openness. That I think we finish with the agenda of openness. We're now going to look into the agenda of our accountability. We're now going to look into the account of the nations of Batu, where so much corruption and cheating has been going on for former times. That's going to stop now. Ex-Brigadier General now chief thinking. Correct? Yeah. Start bringing in the complaint.
Your Majesty, the banking sector is refusing to cooperate.
That's something not good. That sounds like economic sabotage. What do you think?
It is an attempt to stop the government or fund for the execution of its programs, especially Operation Fuel the Stomach, Your Majesty.
That still sounds like economic sabotage. I thought we passed a decree against economic sabotage also. Accountant General.
Right here, Your Majesty.
Yes. Wow, the only kind of general still allowed in government also.
Your Majesty is absolutely correct. We are the only ones left. Postmaster General, Accountant General, and things like that.
So, what's your department saying about economic sabotage? Have they prepared a decree yet for royal signature?
Your Majesty must start work all night through to have the decree ready for your open house. We think we have a decree for anything that may come up. It covers any controversy from the moment your government came to power, Your Majesty.
Ah, so you are telling me that this becomes effective from any moment we say?
That's exactly what I mean, Your Majesty.
I like it, Accountant General. I like that you are very good. Bill.
Yes, sir.
Yes, those banking takus, have you thrown them to that shit pit?
I've done, sir.
As I told you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's good. Now all banking in the house of palace government, not so thinking, what are you thinking of this? Yes, of this issue.
Oh. No more government business for the day, Your Majesty.
Oh, that's good, that's good. Government business for the day has already been rounded up. I think the next agenda is for us to do something about this rumbling stomach, not so? You can come here. Tell Maria, her ladyship, to prepare something delicious for this royal house. Yes, you run and tell her that. Yes, thank you. Citizens, you are all invited to come and table with royal family. We're going to lodge up here in the open balcony where everybody can watch. That way, we are promoting participation.
Babu, in fact, you have not had one single petition from the common people. We came here since last night, waiting for this very moment.
You mean you camp here in the open air?
Of course, Your Highness. With my whole family, my wife here and my children. We were thrown out of our house by a truly vicious landlord who tripled our rent just like that. I can see my landlord, my Highness. Yes,
so,
look at my wife with this baby right within the infant suffering.
So, petitioner, where are you staying right now?
Your Highness, we now stay in open air.
You see? Government policy already working. See everybody here, also in the open. See my office too, also in the open. By the time we begin to walk, we sleep also, and we begin to shit, and also fall in the open. That time, you know that we have already reached the promised land. I like it. Sitting, I know sitting in the open.
Yes.
Welcome. Babu, coming straight to the point. What future you see for this dynasty of Babu? What must be done to get rid of enemy? Enemy is everywhere trying to topple this crown.
All the way from the continent of India have I come, with all the wisdom of the Orient, since the days of the Kabbalah, Kabuki and Kathmandu, of Karma and Kali, Kalakuta and Kalidasa. We have consulted the stars and plotted the alignment of forces for and against this dynasty. The wheel of fate augurs well, but there are some things that must be done. King Babu must be resolute, for the star of Kali is in the ascendant.
Kali? Please, who is this Kali?
One of the few divinities who truly rule sky and earth. She is all female. This means that the star of woman is ruling the arc of disruption, perched on the apogee of cosmic crepuscule. You must beware, woman.
Woman? I see no woman unlike Portico. I always keep my nose clean. The only woman that come even close is Maria. And strictly between you and I, Maria is no more a woman. Oh yes, maybe she's talking of Maria. Maria.
A woman close to the throne, not so?
Where else she be, if not close to the throne, wanting our signature and gossiping around?
Throne is caught in the disruptive circle of Kali. The female forces of Kalakuta are constantly in menstrual cycle during the conjugation of sky and earth. Avoid female impurities. Be resolute.
Oh yes, Babu more than resolute. But how I deal with this woman called Maria? You see, even her brother here, he too is afraid of her. I think that woman gets some secret forces that I know nothing about. Have you ever heard of something like metamorphosis, something morphosis, or something like that?
Metamorphosis or metempsychosis, it's all the same to Kali. Be resolute. Avoid female impurities. You will need to make a pilgrimage to the shrine of Kali in my holy village. I shall make all necessary arrangements.
Yes, no problem. I think very soon I'll come to see this Kali. Very soon.
We'll put it on the itinerary, either going to or returning from addressing the United Nations.
Now, pardon, Your Majesty. We have looked into the holy books, and it advises King Babu not to go on any journey. First, Babu must stay locked up in his bedroom, not to see man or woman. Babu must sit on the skin of a freshly sacrificed goat for 40 days and 40 nights. A spotless white he-goat will be sacrificed every day, of which Babu must consume its testicles.
Oh, that's no problem. I can consume even that.
Good! Good! And cooked! Raw!
Raw?
Raw!
No, not possible. I just smoke it just a little and add pepper and just little salt, not much.
No spices or condiments, because no fires must be lit.
In that case, let us get electric stove.
Electric stove shows fire. It glows red, evil red. Red must be banished from the palace premises. Any man whose eyes shows red must not be allowed within the palace. And certainly no cookers. The fire that glows from them is the worst red of all. It's the devil's own fire, glowing from the pit of hell.
I think I have the solution, Your Majesty. The microwave oven.
Micro? What's that?
No mention of it in the Quran, the Bible, or any other holy text.
Thinking what I do without you, I do not know. Good thing I'm married to such an intellectual family. You just have the appearance of Royal Highness. Raw testicle. Ooh, microwave oven, do the trick. I like it again.
Cooking without glow of fire? It is possible?
Ben, it's possible. Don't worry. By the time you get there, pay your honorarium, you'll be able to afford one for yourself.
Yes, all that settled then. First, I sit on the god mat for 40 days and 40 nights, and then I make a pilgrimage to that village of Kali and sacrifice to the goddess.
There is still one sacrifice to be made here, King Babu.
I've already agreed for 40 Abishi goats.
Your Majesty! Your Majesty, do you want to render all opposition forces silent and impotent or not?
What do you mean? Do I want? Yes, of course, I want. Go on.
Then you must forswear all milk of human kindness.
Milk? The last milk I took was goat's milk when I was heading cattle heading goats in Kalima Mountains.
He speaks in parable, Your Majesty. He means this is a time for abandoning all scruples, for abandoning all delicate thoughts. Just what I've been advocating. Democracy is in danger. These rebels need to be smashed without any pity, Your Majesty.
Brave the poison of power. Dare the doom of dominance. Trample the terrain of terror and be master of megalomania. That is what she's trying to say, Your Majesty.
Oh yes, no problem then. Majesty, the chick ready for that anytime, no problem.
Can I speak freely? Are the walls secure?
Oh yes, the walls are very secure.
Hear me, King Babu, and pay good heed. Several years of the throne has been granted you if you obey the voice of your guardian angels. Find 40 hunchbacks and 40 albinos. They shall be buried alive with padlocks through their lips. That ensures nobody would raise the voice against you in anything you do.
Why albinos? Why not we use these rebels that are causing trouble? I would like to see them buried alive. Yes, maybe inside an anthill too.
It is paper, the son of parchment, that causes trouble. But for the white man's paper, books will not exist. Newspapers are printed on paper. It is the albino skin that must be buried. The albino leaf that must be padlocked for eternity.
What then? What does it tell us? Shall I throw him out there?
Will you let His Majesty do his own thinking?
Impeccable logic, Your Majesty. Impeccable logic. Even though somewhat unconventional, in the field of behavioral sciences, it does conform to the principle of sympathetic logic and symbolic potency.
Oh yes, I don't get all that grammar, but no problem. Please, what about those hunchbacks? What we need them for?
Our books tell us that in every hunchback are hidden the vital resources of life. It stores the power of the secret elixir and water. The hum stores the power of water. That is why the hunchbacks must be chained to walls and left to starve until the hum falls out naturally. We shall then reduce the fat and moisture into powder and stir it in your stew every day, as long as you sit on that throne. King Babu, follow these prescriptions to the letter, and your dynasty is guaranteed forever.
Forever?
Without a break, overcoming all foes, until the crown is conjoined in the union of woman and beast.
Crown again, conjoined in union of woman and beast.
I speak from inspiration. I repeat the words from my vision, until the crown is conjoined in the union of woman and beast.
Tijin, what's the intellectual take on this matter?
Another parables like before, Your Majesty. More accurately, like the saying, until the moon turns blue, something that has never happened. He is telling you this dynasty is guaranteed forever.
Is that what he's telling me? That this Babu's dynasty lasts forever?
Until the crown is conjoined in the union of woman and beast.
Oh, yes.
The meaning is crystal clear. Until the crown shall be conjoined in the union of woman and beast. So it is recorded in all the holy texts. It signifies a period of universal peace when all creatures of God shall come together under one command as one.
God, you all want to conquer. Before then, there will be nothing like peace until that's done. And then, the imposing of Babu's peace. Isn't it, Tijin? Yes, Babu must rule and rule forever.
Pax Babunia. It has fallen on King Babu to unify the entire continent.
Pax Babunia? God help this continent, you.
Oh, no. I like this battle of parables and big grammar. Double the about people today and include his name on the list of spiritual advisors to the king.
Don't, Your Majesty.
Left, left, right, left, right, left, right. Double, double, toilet trouble.
Double, double, toilet trouble.
Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
By the prickling of my tongue.
By the prickling of my tongue.
Something wicked comes this way.
Something wicked comes this way.
Double, double, toilet trouble.
Double, double, toilet trouble.
Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
By the prickling of my tongue.
By the prickling of my tongue.
Something wicked comes this way.
Something wicked comes this way.
It's good. I must give you credit for the good sense of judgment. That man's over there knows how to mix all I knew. Traditional and modern stuff. Food mixed up. Very potent. I like that.
Your Majesty, you know, I still think my good judgment will serve you much more better in the United Nations, taking on our detractors and negotiating alliances, Your Majesty.
No, no, no! A system like this needs all ministers and our Majesty the King. You too precious to send to the United Nations. Sooner I send this troublesome fucker. See what I'm telling you? He is already coming with Shoki to disturb me over something useless. Yes.
With all due respect, where are the weapons my men are supposed to fight with?
Weapons? What weapons?
The grenade launchers, tank boosters, machine guns. Look here. I have the whole inventory, and it says it has been paid for and supposed to have been delivered by now.
Let me see that.
That report was due since yesterday. We are exposed here with no means of defending our position.
And it says here...
Don't tell me what it says. Don't tell me what it says. I keep reminding you that you are not the only one who knows how to read. I know exactly what it says. Yes. And yes. He's saying it. He's not saying it anymore. Just take it. Are you satisfied? Can I now concentrate on my tactical plans?
Yes. Do let the king do his own thinking. At least he has scored some major victories without all this interference.
But for Babu,
the enemies have no answer to our secret weapons. You see that man over there? He used to be my son's tutor. He trained overseas in that course.
Motivational psychology.
Oh yes.
Psychology. Babu, what about the per capita level you impose on the whole population? Man, woman, and child. Where is the account dedicated from the oil revenue?
Dedicated to the royal boss. And let me tell you, don't waste my time with foolish questions anymore. I keep telling you that war is not a place where we go and like market where we spend money. Here comes Fatasimu. Is there any military report?
Your Majesty, the enemy having infiltrated the surrounding forest is now advancing to attack through the west flank.
What?
If you look in that direction, sir, you see them just coming through the woods.
Hey, so soon.
There goes the royal cannonade.
Is the meeting rocket? I told you he will swallow them.
Yes, swallow them. And you are still here, you second officer of the command. I thought the last report says that they are having 4-course breakfast.
That report was given to you 4 hours ago. And since then, we've been awaiting the arrival of the promised supplies.
At this point, Babu, an orderly retreat is advised.
What? Fly in the face of enemy? Never. I hope to my see, that no obstacle to them is going to over. What cowardly advice was wrong with you, friend?
My advice, if you recall, was that we should attack them while they were still having breakfast.
Oh yes. To which the royal budget was given. To the best of our recollection, not so.
What are you thinking of, Babu?
Yes, you remain there, and you never find out. I thought the last report says that they are coming through that side. Not so. We now shift our royal command to the other hill, where we can expect them more clearly.
Babu, the army, what orders next?
Send them to other positions. Resist to the last man. Fatasimu.
Your Majesty.
Sorry, Tijin. Are you coming with me?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Fatasimu.
Your Majesty.
Get the same message to the motivator, and then join us on the other hill.
We'll do, Your Majesty.
Tijin. Where are you now?
Finding the best route on the other side.
That's good.
That man is a traitor. I told you he'll sell them, or maybe exchange them for diamonds with the rebels across the border.
The pig is rotten.
I tell you, I will quit the style.
Oh, I'm with you. Let's find Portable.
He might just decide to shoot us out of hand.
Wow. Unless we go with a ransom.
A ransom, you say? A ransom? Only one thing will do that. Get down.
Bring it back.